In the previous video, we saw an equation like this. Y is equal to 1 by 10 multiplied by x, where x is the total cost and y is the number of books. This equation is similar to y is equal to kx, where k is the constant. Here, this 1 by 10 is a constant. So if we know the total cost of books, we can find the number of books. Let's form a table with just two columns, the cost and the total number of books. In the first case, assume the total cost is 10. This x is 10. Then the number of books would be 1 by 10 multiplied by 10. That will equal 1. We just substituted this value in place of x to get y. Let's find y for 3 more random values of x. If the total cost is 20, then the number of books is 1 by 10 multiplied by 20, which is equal to 2. This means that you can buy 2 books if you have 20 rupees with you. And if the total cost is 1000, then the number of books you bought is 1 by 10 multiplied by 1000, which is equal to 100. Now let's take one last case. If the total cost is 2000, then the number of books is 200. Here's the interesting part. This table tells us the real meaning of direct variation. Let us analyze the first 2 scenarios. Just look at the final results. When the total cost is multiplied by 2, the number of books also doubles. 10 multiplied by 2 is 20, and 1 multiplied by 2 is 2. Now let's look at the second and third scenarios. When the cost is multiplied by 50, the number of books is also multiplied by 50. 20 multiplied by 50 is 1000, and 2 multiplied by 50 is 100. This will hold true in any and every case. If we take the first and the third scenarios, when we multiply the cost by 100, the number of books also is multiplied by 100. This is the most important concept in direct variation. When x is scaled up by a factor, y is also scaled up by the same factor. If x is scaled down by a factor, then y is also scaled down by the same factor. If this is scaled down by 2, this will also be scaled down by 2. But how do we write direct variation? In this example, we can say that the number of books varies directly with the total cost. Y varies directly with x. And yes, this also means that the total cost varies directly with the number of books. Both mean the same thing. X varies directly with y, or you can say that y varies directly with x. If you observe the table carefully, you will realize that the ratio of y by x is constant in every case. First case, it's 1 by 10. Second case, it's 2 by 20, which equals 1 by 10. Third case is 100 by 1000, which again is 1 by 10. It is 1 by 10 in every case. And we know that equivalent ratios is actually proportion. So instead of saying varies directly, we sometimes use directly proportional. We say that the number of books is directly proportional to the total cost. This table tells us pretty much everything about direct variation. If one quantity is scaled up by a factor, then the other is also scaled up by the same factor. And if one is scaled down, the other is scaled down by the same factor. In this case, both quantities are said to be directly proportional to each other.